the quiet of thought, a man listens deeply to himself. James Baldwin once said, "Self-awareness is the beginning of liberation." He believed knowing yourself was not a luxury, but a sacred responsibility. Without it, we drift as strangers even to our own soul. Each keystroke summons fragments of truth, stitched together like a patchwork of memory. Baldwin knew the pen could reveal what the heart dares not speak. To see yourself clearly is to face the mirror of your own becoming. The writer pauses, reflecting in silence as the birds hover, waiting. Baldwin taught that pain, once examined, becomes a teacher and not a weight. Self-awareness is the doorway to freedom, not its end. But awareness demands courage, for the truth often walks hand in hand with discomfort. The writer feels the weight of Baldwin's legacy settle gently on his shoulders. He struggles with a page that won't come, haunted by doubt and memory. The birds falter mid-flight, their glow dimmed by hesitation. Yet in that silence, he hears Baldwin's voice, calm, unyielding, guiding him inward. Know from whence you came, it echoes deep in his bones. Inspired again, he writes, not to escape, but to uncover and reclaim. The birds reignite one by one, glowing brighter with each key pressed. Baldwin reminds us, to be self-aware is to be truly alive. It is choosing to meet your truth with open eyes and an open heart. He closes his notebook, not as an end, but a new beginning. Self-awareness is not a destination. It's the compass guiding every future step. James Baldwin's lesson is clear. Know yourself, or risk being owned by lies. Self-awareness is not comfort. It is the fire that forges your freedom. He walked the streets like a question searching for its final period. In every shadowed alley, he felt the echo of unspoken truths. Inside the room, he sat before his typewriter like a conductor before silence. Words waited behind his eyes like birds at the edge of sky. Each keystroke made the silence tremble, like thunder gently tapping the earth. The air thickened with possibility, heavy like summer before a storm. He wrote not to escape but to confront. The mirror offered no mercy. Every paragraph peeled back layers, revealing the raw, the real, the unresolved. Memories returned like smoke, formless, choking, yet impossible to ignore or forget. His pen moved as if possessed by the weight of his past. Outside, the city pulsed with noise, but within, stillness demanded attention. He knew that to write honestly, he must first see himself clearly. He remembered Baldwin's words, "You have to go the way your blood beats." That rhythm echoed now, a quiet drum beneath his ribs, steady and sure. The page he held trembled slightly, as if it too had a heartbeat. In that moment, he knew. Writing was remembering, and remembering was power. He began again with fresh resolve, typing like a man lighting torches. Each sentence became a step deeper into the cave of self-awareness. Outside, the sun broke over the city like truth over illusion's back. He smiled faintly. He knew the hardest work was the most necessary. Every word he wrote became a mirror for someone else to see through. And in that reflection, he hoped others might find pieces of themselves. Baldwin once said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." The writer knew now, facing himself changed everything. The page stares back blankly, daring him to write something honest. His fingers twitch, caught between fear and the fire of truth. He writes one word, and it flutters off the page like breath. It becomes a bird, glowing softly, circling above his head in silence. Each word he types now births another glowing bird, each more vivid than before. They chirp like thoughts, restless and bright, seeking open skies. But as the birds multiply, the room begins to feel smaller, more crowded. Their wings brush his face, a gentle warning cloaked in beauty. He realizes the words have lives, and some carry truths he hasn't faced. A red bird perches on his shoulder, its gaze sharp and knowing. The red bird speaks without sound, and he understands. Self-awareness begins in silence. It's the quiet mirror no lie can pass through unnoticed. He opens his eyes and types again, but now the words resist him. Each letter is heavier, like lifting stones from his own chest. The page fills with fragmented thoughts, half-truths that crumble under their own weight. A dark bird forms, smoky, unsure, flapping erratically between the shelves. He chases the smoky bird, but it dissolves near a mirror on the wall. Within the reflection, he sees not himself, but who he pretends to be. He stares at the false version, heart pounding, as truth presses against denial. The glowing birds retreat slightly, sensing the storm brewing within him. The storm outside mirrors the chaos inside, winds howling with unspoken memory and pain. He grips the desk, grounding himself in the swirl of awakening. Then, stillness. The storm slows and the mirror clears to show his real face. The typewriter clacks like thunder in a storm of restless thoughts. Baldwin's gaze sharpens, sensing revelation in the friction of his fears. He remembers Baldwin's words, "You have to go the way your blood beats." They echo like a compass turning inward, demanding brutal honesty from within. Self-awareness feels like peeling off old skin, raw, revealing, and necessary for growth. He types slower now, each word challenging a lifelong illusion. Baldwin didn't just write to be heard. He wrote to know himself. That's the writer's mirror, reflecting truths too long ignored in silence. He sees now, self-awareness isn't a destination, but a lifelong confrontation. Each truth uncovered demands yet another layer be stripped back. He chooses the door marked truth and steps into a storm of memories. Each one hits like rain, sharp, cold, but cleansing to the soul. In the storm, he finds not pain, but clarity, like sunlight through cracked glass. Baldwin's lesson lands fully. Truth frees, but it also demands everything. He walks back through the hall of doors, but none are locked anymore. Awareness has granted him keys. Keys crafted from courage, loss, and language. Back in his study, he sits straighter, no longer hiding from himself. The typewriter hums like a heartbeat now, steady, honest, unapologetically alive. He reads Baldwin anew, not to learn, but to remember what he knew. Self-awareness, he realizes, is never given. It's claimed through fire and truth. As he writes, words take wing again. Truth wrapped in feathers of fire. They rise from the page, not just to be read, but to awaken. And in that moment, he becomes more than a writer. He becomes awake. Baldwin's lesson lives not in pages, but in the courage to look inward. He returns to the final page, where silence once scared him most. Now it hums like a friend whispering truths he long ignored. James Baldwin once said, knowing yourself is the most terrifying journey of all. But he also knew it's the only one that makes you truly free. The birds, once frantic, now soar in harmony above his paper-filled desk. Each carries a piece of himself he once feared to embrace. He no longer fears the mirror that writing became, nor what it reflects. Instead, he sees a man shaped by fire, yet softened by truth. Baldwin taught that self-awareness isn't comfort, it's confrontation, and then compassion. The writer now carries both like twin lanterns lighting his way forward. Outside, the world is quiet, but rich with unseen meaning and memory. The page he carries is blank, ready to receive the next truth. He walks forward, not to escape, but to arrive deeper within himself. Every step writes a line only he was meant to understand. In Baldwin's world, truth was a blade and a balm, slicing and soothing. The writer now understands. To write is to bleed with clarity. He looks back once, not in regret, but in grateful recognition of growth. The birds rise behind him like memories freed from fear's cage. In silence, he whispers thanks to Baldwin, the quiet mentor of his soul. A new page waits, clean and open, like morning before the sun. The lesson isn't to be fearless, but to know what fear reveals inside. Baldwin showed us the map, but we must choose to walk it daily. So write your truth, even if your hand shakes and your voice cracks, because knowing yourself is the most sacred revolution you'll ever begin.